I thought in this film, KITOR, they did a really great job setting the scene and building that atmosphere. Just starting off with all of the insert shots and the smoke in the room and the world that they built outside of the room that it's initially shot in was really cool. They sort of created a whole world to go with this song. I loved that it progressively gets weirder, like we slowly spiral into stranger and stranger things. The costumes were really creative, and I think the weirdness started when she ate the bird, and after that everything just slowly spirals into weirdness. I absolutely love the fade out at the end, especially when we just see her eyes at the end. I thought that was a really cool effect and a really great way to end this film.
All right, I just finished watching KITOR Innocence. I hope I am saying that correctly. I enjoyed this piece. I thought it was very well done. The aesthetic in particular had a great sort of rustic, grounded, natural feel that I thought worked really well, especially with the costume design. Both of the lead performer, the female performer, and the male performer, I thought it really matched the aesthetic and the mood of the song. There was a very sort of ethereal, spiritual vibe that I enjoyed, and a very natural aesthetic that I thought matched with how the piece ended up closing with a sequence, I believe, in a field. I thought that they really matched. I obviously don't know the lyrics personally, but I thought sonically and emotionally the song really matched what I watched on screen, and really allowed me to sort of get close to the song and the performances, even if I didn't know the words. And I felt that the construction of the setting, the house in particular, and all the backdrops, as well as later on, the man, I think he had like a split person aesthetic. I'm probably saying it incorrectly, where it's like him with the hat on and moving back and forth. I thought that was really cool and interesting, and I thought it really matched the song quite well. So I felt like the cinematography worked well to match the mood of the song in particular, and there was a really great cohesion that worked for me at least. And I thought that the performers did a really great job in carrying the song and the visuals into one performance. So I thought it was well done.
KITOR. Well, I really enjoyed this video. It had an interesting introduction with clock mechanics and a scene of tarot cards. A really good expressive singer. She was singing a haunting song in the language of the Middle East. And not knowing the language, you really look in the scene for clues as to what's going on. You get the idea that someone is singing life hadn't turned out the way they expected or had hoped. The caged bird scene, I thought the bird would be freed, so that was a nice twist. That was very telling. And I was really taken with the flashes of a hot air balloon. Whether it was real or computer generated, I wasn't sure. It just was excellent with the backdrop of the ancient architecture of the town in the distance. It was fairy tale-like, and I really liked that aspect of it.
What a wonderfully whimsical piece this one. Just just a spectacle to look at. Great job with the hair and the makeup and the wardrobe. Just really polished look. It it's just such a great display of smart direction and editing, and the cinematography was just beautiful. It was just a lot of people really good at their game came together, and it shows for this one. It's just really well done.
This was really magical. It was such a, not angelic, but like woodsy, elfish, angelic, almost in a Lord of the Rings type of way, with the song and the singer. I think it was really, really beautiful. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think the music and the singing was phenomenal. I think you matched it up very, very well with this music video. I think the hair and the makeup with this song and the style and all of it, it meshed so well together. And that takes a lot of skill, both vocally and, on the technical side of getting all of this costuming right. And it all together, tone meshed with with the clothes and everything. It all meshed together is what I'm trying to say. Very, very well done piece. You should be very, very proud of this.
very, very cool video, and really interesting and really cool song. You know, it sounded great. First of all, the production was great for the film and the song itself. But just speaking of the song, it was produced really well. It was written well, performed and sung very well. I mean, it sounded great. You know, I loved her voice. I love both vocalists. You know, yeah, the production was very quirky and interesting and awesome. As far as the music goes sonically, and then visually the same. Very quirky, interesting, very cool. I loved just some really strange original, you know, takes on these concepts. You know, mainly they're you know, shooting in this one room, making do with what they have, but they're doing interesting things like with the gears and the smoke, and they had eyes popping out of a mask in the box there. Lots of little things like that. She looks out the window and we see kind of the paperwork town, and then she's walking out in the field with the airship overhead. All that looked so cool. It was very stylized. You know, it's like they did a great job working within their means. You know, they did what they could budget-wise, but it looked awesome. You know, it looked amazing. It looked better, much better than if they tried to do more advanced effects and like didn't have the money for it and went badly. You know, it's like they did everything right. It looks like in this thing. Terrific job all around. So yeah, congrats on this. The visuals, the sound of it, everything is just really terrific. So, you know, good luck with this. I hope the song gets out there, and I hope the video gets out there too, because it's all pretty wonderful.
I thought the visuals and music were really beautiful in this music video. It definitely flew nicely together and it worked really well. It was really poetic.